Can I get a quick show of hands? Who thinks that men belong in female safe spaces? If you think that men belong in... Oh, that's not very nice. At your age, you would have learned some manners, no? Put your hand up if you think that men belong in female safe spaces. Open question, it's not loaded. 30, 40 people are listening to me give my little speech. I've driven 4 hours to give. If you think that men belong anywhere near female safe spaces, put your hand up. So either you're working for the mob, or you're too afraid, or you agree with me. So if I can come this far today and win the hearts and minds of 30 people, then my bit for today is done. Because what's required up and down the country by concerned citizens, by British patriots, by concerned families, mothers and fathers, is to find the strength in unity, in numbers, in solidarity, to stand up against the evil that we face in Britain. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what that evil looks like. It's very important we understand what we're up against. And before I go on, you see the little signs that they're waving down there? You know the one that says refugees welcome here? You see their little boards? Can you see that it says Socialist Worker Party, guys? Who knows about the Socialist Worker Party and where they get their money from? The biggest expose in my career is going to happen when those trade union members work out where their trade union money is going to. It's going to the far left in Britain. My name is Nick Tenconi, and I am the leader of the UK Independence Party. And I am going to be the voice of the working class. I am going to be the voice of concerned citizens, of British patriots, of the Christian community, and all law-abiding, common-sense folk. Those signs, everything to do with the far-left mob in Britain, is funded and facilitated by the Socialist Worker Party. They bus people in to form a mob. I asked who agrees that men should be anywhere near female safe spaces. No one put their hand up. That mob right now is running about 3 different campaigns. 1 is that we should have open borders. 2 is free Palestine. And 3, that refugees, it doesn't matter the cost, are welcome in Britain. Then they call you a fascist, a Nazi, a bigot, and a racist. But we've come together today to talk about protecting the most vulnerable and innocent within society. Now, as I walked in, I heard that they were glorifying the radical trans lobby and that trade union money is inclusive. Sooner enough, all those sensible people who work for trade unions are going to work out where their funding is going. And one by one, they're going to cancel their membership. That's how it works. They're going to cancel their membership because they've worked out that it's funding the far left in Britain.
My family were migrants. Some of my family were French Huguenots.
Is it Bluetooth?
Who were thrown out of France.
No one cares about your sob story. We're all second, third, fourth, fifth generation immigrants. No one's talking about that.
By the Gladstone government.
No one's talking about that. We are here to talk about and to raise the issue of having female safe spaces. So this is why it's so important that everybody here understands that if you stand up for women within society, that does not make you a racist. That does not make you a bigot. That does not make you a Nazi. That does not make you a fascist in any way, shape or form. We are here to talk about protecting women, protecting girls and their safe spaces. And we get called racist for that. Now I want to tell you a story that's so important. The reason why they want to call you a racist, the reason why they want to call you a Nazi is to defame you. It is to destabilize you. They issue psychological warfare to cripple you. That's what Nazis do. That's what the far left do. They label you a racist, a bigot, a Nazi, a fascist to silence you, to shut you up. Let's have a listen to them, guys. Can everyone have a listen now? Can you hear that? Nazi scum off our streets, because we've come together to protect and stand up for the most vulnerable within society, women. How can anybody object to that? What kind of mentality, what kind of disorder, what kind of madness, what kind of insecurity, what kind of infection must you have inside of you to object to what we've come here to talk about? The left always score an own goal. They always set their own trap. We come in unity to protect women and girls and safe spaces. And they scream Nazi. The British public needs to see this. The British public needs to understand this. They need to understand the far left totalitarian propaganda. Notice that they've hacked the Bluetooth on the speaker. Notice they've hacked the speaker because they want to silence me. They want me to quieten down. They don't want me to stand up for women. They don't want me to stand up for the most innocent and vulnerable within society. Ladies and gentlemen, the far left mob in Britain.
How happy am I?
There is no way that I would restrict someone's right to speak.
I love my city!
There's no way I would remove someone's right to freedom of speech. It's not something that I would do. I would want to have a conversation. I would want to debate with them, for example.
They call me a traitor, but you know what?
Let's have a listen, guys. Listen to the argument. Listen to the argument.
In this country.
The other thing is, if they like refugees, why aren't they taking them in?
Teachers, we work in the care system.
Have a listen, have a listen.
You call us traitors, make me laugh. No, it's really interesting. My skin crawled
Have a listen,
when I
guys.
heard
Listen to
that
them.
they were coming in past Primark. Anyone know their history will know that Primark was the original location of the first synagogue.
No
in
one
Norwich.
cares about Primark.
And
Have a
it's
listen,
a
guys.
shame it's also one of the
I'll put
first
my
hot
speech
bombs
on
that
hold.
happened
Listen,
in
he's
this
talking
country.
about Primark.
And we all know
We're talking about women's
that when you
safe
start
spaces
preaching hate,
and protecting the most vulnerable within society, and he's talking about Primark. He's talking about Primark. Go on, mate.
Unionists, women, anyone
Do my
who's
job for
in
me.
the creed of hate. That's how it starts. They put it
So
off.
apparently
And
protecting
when
women's safe spaces is hatred.
trans people.
Apparently it's
Okay?
hateful.
Because